This is VOA News. I'm Alexis Strope. U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin was in Israel on Friday. VOA's Rick Pantaleo has more on his visit.
Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin assured leaders in Israel that the U.S. has their back. At a joint news conference with his Israeli counterpart, Secretary of Defense Austin says Hamas attacked Israel at a time of global challenge as the war in Ukraine blazes on.
And we remain fully able to project power and uphold our commitments and direct resources to multiple theaters. So we will stand with Israel even as we stand with Ukraine. The United States can walk and chew gum at the same time.
Rick Pantaleo, VOA News.
Politicians, diplomats, and religious leaders gathered in Washington, D.C. on Friday at Freedom Plaza near the White House at a rally organized by the Jewish Community Relations Council. Among those at the rally, Eliav Benjamin, Deputy Chief of Mission at the Embassy of Israel in Washington, D.C., said Hamas does not represent the aspirations of the Palestinian people.
Hamas terrorists are not freedom fighters who represent the aspirations of the Palestinian people. Rather, their fundamental goal has always been very clear: to destroy the state of Israel and to annihilate and murder Jews.
Israeli infantry made their first raids into the Gaza Strip on Friday since Hamas fighters rampaged through southern Israel, killing many civilians, and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said a campaign of retaliation had only just begun. An Israeli shell has landed in a gathering of international journalists covering clashes on the border in South Lebanon, killing a Reuters videographer and leaving 6 other journalists injured. An Associated Press photographer at the scene saw the body of the dead journalist and the 6 who were wounded. For additional stories, 24 hours a day, visit our website, voanews.com. This is VOA News. Social media platforms are taking steps to remove posts which support Hamas and spread Hamas-related disinformation in response to criticism. Reuters correspondent Fiona Jones reports.
Meta said on Friday it was taking steps to remove content that supported Hamas and spread Hamas-related disinformation. A day after social media company X said it had removed hundreds of Hamas-affiliated accounts and labelled or removed tens of thousands of posts. It comes after the European Union reprimanded social media companies for not doing enough to tackle disinformation. Since Palestinian militant group Hamas attacked Israel on October the 7th, misleading claims and doctored images have spread on Facebook and other social media.
Fiona Jones from Reuters. Police in New York, Los Angeles, and other U.S. cities have increased patrols. Authorities put up fencing around the U.S. Capitol, and some schools closed amid fears of violence inspired by the Israel-Hamas war. But law enforcement officials stressed Friday there were no credible threats in the U.S. A former Hamas leader's call for a day of rage put Jewish communities on edge and sparked heightened security around houses of worship, schools, and cultural institutions. Law enforcement officials say despite specific threats to Americans, they are on high alert for the potential for violence driven by anti-Semitic or Islamophobic sentiments. The White House says Russia is getting North Korea to help for its war in Ukraine. AP Washington correspondent Sagar Meghani reports.
National Security Council spokesman John Kirby says North Korea has delivered more than 1,000 containers of military equipment and munitions to Russia,
which will be used to attack Ukrainian cities, kill Ukrainian civilians.
In return, Kirby says North Korea appears to be seeking help for its nuclear program,
including fighter aircraft, surface-to-air missiles, armored vehicles, ballistic missile production equipment, or other materials and other advanced technologies.
Speculation about North Korean plans to help boost Russian munition supply soared last month when Kim Jong-un visited Vladimir Putin. Sagar Meghani at the Pentagon.
Authorities say a man of Chechen origin who was under surveillance by the French security services over suspected Islamic radicalization stabbed a teacher to death at his former high school in northern France. The attack in the city of Arras wounded another teacher, a security guard, and a cleaning worker. It was being investigated as potential terrorism amid soaring global tensions over the war between Israel and Hamas. But it also happened almost 3 years after a teacher was beheaded by a radicalized Chechen near a Paris area school. The French intelligence services told the Associated Press that the suspect in Friday's attack was stopped as recently as Thursday for a police check that found no wrongdoing. I'm Alexis Strope, VOA News.
Thank you for watching. Can you do me a favor? Please leave a comment in the comment section below. That would really help. Thank you, and see you again soon.